All right, today is page 85, which is fixing scientific notation. So 83, we did standard form, and we took a regular standard form number and put it into scientific notation. Then we did scientific notation numbers and converted them to standard form, which is a regular number. And today we're going to be given scientific notation, but we need to fix it. So we're going to fix our scientific notation today. So here we go. 85. Come on, get in focus. There we go. All right, fixing scientific notation. And so when we're working with scientific notation, we need to remember the decimal must be one non-zero digit to the left. I guess we can say of the decimal point. We need to make sure that that decimal that we're working with is one non-zero digit. And we're just going to hop right in with just some practice, because our rules for this are you need to ask yourself. So ask these questions. So when you look at these problems, you're going to ask yourself, did they, one, not move enough? So you need to add moves. Or did they move too much? Meaning you need to subtract moves. And remember, in our directions, when we did scientific notation, when you count the number of moves is your exponent. The number of moves is your exponent. So if they didn't move enough, if I have to add moves, I'm going to add to the exponent. If they moved too much and I have to subtract moves, I'm subtracting from the exponent. So we're just going to start practicing. So here are the examples. So if I had 14.2 times 10 to the 8th, I need to ask myself, did they not move enough or did they move too much? So looking at this problem and remembering that my decimal must be a one non-zero digit. So I look here to the left and I have a 2-digit number, and that's not good. I need a 1-digit number. So I need to move one more time. So this is an example of not enough. I need to move more. I need to move more. So I'm going to take my decimal and I'm going to move it one more time. Meaning my new answer is 1.42, which is the right kind of decimal, times 10 to the 8th. But I had to move one more time, so I'm going to add 1 to my exponent. Meaning my answer is 1.42 times 10 to the 9th. So let's do that again. If I have 321.8 times 10 to the 11th, I need to ask myself, did I not move enough? Do I need to add more moves? Or did I move too much, meaning I need to subtract, I need to go back? So if I look at this, I need it's not enough. I need to do more. More means add. So I'm going to take my decimal and I'm going to move it one more time. Still not enough. Two more times. Now that's perfect. 3.218 times 10 to the 11th, but I had to do 2 extra moves, so I'm going to add 2 to my exponent, making my answer 3.218 times 10 to the 13th. Let's do another one. Let's do 94.31 times 10 to the negative 5th. And I asked myself again, is there not enough? Do I need to add more moves? Or did you move too much? I need to subtract moves. So if I'm looking to the left, it's a 2-digit number, and I need a 1-digit number. So I need to move one more time. So this is not enough. I need to do more. And I'm going to move one more time. 9.431 times 10 to the negative 5th. And I needed to add one more move, so I'm going to add one more move. You still add, even though this is a negative number, you're still adding one more move. 9.431 times 10 to the negative 4th. Remember, negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. Use a calculator if you need. All right, so now let's do some too many moves examples. Let's see what that looks like. So 0.0437 times 10 to the 8th. I'm going to look to the left of the decimal, and there's a 0, and it can't be a 0. It needs to be a non-zero. So I moved too many moves. I did too many, meaning I need to subtract some moves. So I'm going to move, and I'm going to keep moving until there's a non-zero digit. So I have to go backwards. I have to go backwards 1. Not there yet. Go backwards 2. Now I have a non-zero digit to the left of my decimal. 4.37 times 10 to the 8th. But I did too many moves on this one, right? I had to move back. I have to subtract. And how many times did I move backwards? So I'm subtracting 2. Making my answer 4.37 times 10 to the 6th. Because 8 minus 2 is 6. If I was going to do, let's do 0.0044 times 10 to the negative 9th. I'm going to say, okay, do I need to move more? That's not enough. Or are there too many? So if I'm looking here, I've got a 0. I can't have a 0. So I did too many moves. You can't have a 0. We have to go backwards until we find a number. So I'm going to have to subtract. So I'm going to take this decimal and I'm going to move it 1. Nope. Not done. 2. Nope, not done. 3, I finally have a non-zero digit to the left of my decimal. So 4.4 times 10 to the negative 9th. But I had to move back 3 spaces. So I need to subtract 3. Meaning my answer is going to be 4.4 times 10. What's negative 9 minus 3 is negative 12. So the key is to remember that the piece in front of your decimal, right, to the left of your decimal, has to be a one-digit number, a one-digit non-zero number. And all of these 5 examples were wrong. So I had to fix them. In this first example, I had a 2-digit number in front of my decimal, to the left of my decimal. So I had to give it one more move. So I had to add one more to my exponent. Here I had a 3-digit number to the left of my decimal. So I had to move 2 more times, meaning I added 2 more moves to my exponent. Here I had a 2-digit decimal. So I had to do one more move, meaning I added 1 to my exponent. In this example, I had a 0 to the left of my decimal, which is not allowed either. Even though it's 1 0, you can't have a 0. It has to be a non-zero digit. So I had too many moves in this problem. So I had to move backwards until I found a non-zero digit. So this problem, I had to subtract 2 moves from my exponent because I did too many in this original problem, because you cannot have a 0. So you have to go backwards until you find a non-zero digit. Same thing here. I had a 0 digit, which is not allowed. So I had to move backwards until I found a number that was not 0. This one had 3 extra moves, so I had to subtract 3 from my exponent. Ask yourselves these 2 questions. You have to identify what's wrong. Do you need to make more moves and add them? Or were there too many moves? You have to move backwards. You have to subtract moves out of your exponent. So your only focus, right? You're looking at these numbers. You're seeing, is it a number that needs more moves? A question that needs more moves? Or were there too many moves and we have to subtract from them? You are adding and subtracting to the exponent.